So this is my classroom management final. I decided to focus on kindergarten for it. I have to press present. So the first slide is how I would set up my classroom. Jensen told us when we were looking at the different setups for classrooms that each of them need to have some sort of a focal point. So my focal point for my classroom would be the Promethean board, and then in front of it there would be the rug for the kids to sit on for the carpet time things that they do. I don't know what words to use to describe that, but and then I would have them sitting in groups of tables. Depending on how many kids there were, we could maybe have to add tables or take some away. And then in the back of the room is where they could put their backpacks and their coats and their lunch boxes and whatever else they bring with them to school on a daily basis. And it should be in the back of the room, away from the focal point and away from their line of sight, just because I feel like they could get distracted by them if they could easily see them. So the rules I stole from Pinterest. There were several different versions and styles of writing these rules, but I really liked them. So I really didn't know how to do the source for it. I just put a link for the picture that I looked at when I put these on the slide. So listening bodies, you need to be facing me, the teacher, and you need to be quiet. The raised hands is for you have to raise your hand to share ideas with the class so that nobody is interrupting each other and we're not talking over people. Quiet mouths, you need to use your inside voices because we're in school. You can't be yelling. Walking feet instead of running because you need to walk while you're in school so that you don't trip and fall and cause a whole bunch of commotion from running. Helping hands is being nice with your hands, not hitting others or being mean. And then the caring hearts is just being nice to each other. That's something that you really have to work with little kids because sometimes they don't realize exactly that they're being mean. So next I have procedures. There's all kinds of procedures for basically every single thing that you could do in a school, but I feel like these ones are the most important ones. So lining up, you need to be quiet, you need to be facing forward. Walking in the hallway, you need to be quiet. You need to walk and not run and stay in a line. For recess, it would be a mix of the lining up, the walking in a hallway, and then whether you use a bell or a whistle or whatever it is to signal that recess is over, you need to be sure that you're listening for that at all times so that you don't miss it, and then just lining up where you're supposed to in the correct way before we go inside. The restroom thing is I guess it depends on the setup of the classroom in the school, because I know the kindergartner classroom that we observed had a bathroom in the classroom, and I know some of them might have them outside in the halls. So if there's a restroom in the classroom, they just need to raise their hands and ask to go. And then I'm pretty sure they do bathroom breaks. I'm not 100% on that. If the bathroom isn't in the classroom, so that would be a mix of lining up and then behaving while you're in the bathroom, not messing around, doing what you're supposed to be doing in there, and not using a whole bunch of paper towels for your tiny little hands. And then the cafeteria thing is lining up, walking in the hallway, and then staying where you're seated for the entire time unless you have to go and throw your lunch tray away, and using your inside voices to talk. No throwing food or any of that those silly things. And then the carpet one is just how to properly do the carpet time, rug time, whatever it is. So you gotta be sitting on your butts, crisscross applesauce. You need to be looking at the teacher and paying attention, not talking to anybody next to you, all of that good stuff. And then the consequences, I've seen this all over the internet, and I actually haven't ever seen it used in a classroom. But the green light is you have done so good for today, and you didn't get told that you're doing something wrong at all. And then the yellow light is if you just need a reminder, two reminders actually is the yellow light. So if you have to be told to raise your hand again twice, or to not talk to people twice, then you get a little yellow light card thingy. How I don't even know like the setup for that. Probably like pockets with the cards in them. And then a red light is if you've been told 3 times to not do something, and then they would either get removed from the activity or changed their seating position spots. And then a black light is like if they do something really horrible, which I can't even think of an example of something a kindergartner could do, like maybe hitting somebody else, but even then, like, that's probably a red light. And if you need like a reward system with these too, so if you have all of your green lights for the week, you get candy or a cool pencil or something cool, and then if you have too many yellow, red, or black lights, then you don't get any of those. So this is my this is how I would run my classroom. I think it would be decently effective. I kind of strayed from the Harry Wong 3 to 5 rule just because I think the caring hearts one is really important, but I don't know, that's all I have.